See if they pick up the pace here in the second.
Pedestrian's going to be good at combinations. Keep him at the end of that jab. That's the game.
Back and does nothing. Canelo's able to just close him down and unload it with a power.
The hard money punch that he can land.
Saunders just needs to keep going in and out and try to time Canelo when and he said Canelo is just relentless.
Trainer for Canelo says, listen, I don't usually make predictions. Knock him out.
Oh, lets his shots go. They seem to overwhelm Billy Joe.
Time a southpaw fights an orthodox fighter. That front foot battle is key.
From Canelo's right hand there, which is a good move. But on left hook and
there's a right hand that moves him back. But here they are.
A lot of feinting by Canelo. Really impressed with his foot feints.
I want the whole country to know.
La grasa, güey. Te puede dar un cabezazo, solo siempre trabaja tu distancia. Y cuando él se trata de recabirte, ¿cómo lo tienes trabajando también con la finta?
Demetrius Andre. So too is Billy Joe Saunders. Chris Mannix
out that first round. I think he did it again. But in that second round,
each of Canelo's last 3 fights have come exactly 70 days present-day boxing.
Yeah, most active Canelo's been in 10 years.
Close the distance. Start breaking the distance down. Billy Joe he's biting on. He's starting to bite on those foot feints and those hands.
In fact, he claimed he would go home if he didn't get it, Carl.
Because you can see the effects instantly. You can tell Billy Joe is worried about what's coming.
And that's exactly what we see with the opponents of Canelo. It becomes a Kovalev.
Right hand, best punch of the fight. Billy Joe.
These are heavy blows from Canelo.
And he makes fighters reluctant to throw their biggest.
That's right, get your opponents.
Well, Saunders has lethal left hand when it comes to the uppercut, and he can turn it into a hook as well.
Harold spins.
And he's wrestling.
And here's that right hand that they want out of.
They get hit big. Like, do you actually believe it when somebody's looking at you saying that's it?
It's machismo, man. It's
the one in favor of Canelo Alvarez. I thought Billy Joe Saunders. Canelo is settling into a rhythm here. He's landed.
Nice scoring sequence there for Billy Joe Saunders. Carl, what would you like there?
You know, you don't need to sit in range and be on the end of these big shots because Canelo.
Now he's throwing more power punches. He's certainly settling.
Double and triple up that jab. Back up, Canelo. Maybe you could get something going with the
big counter. It's good work from Billy. Nice head movement. Coming after that.
Mark Tibbs, he just...
But a long way to go. We're in round. Just missing with that uppercut. You hear the...
Billy Joe Saunders.
Straight right hand from
there.
Mannix asked why fighters shake no. He said, yes, you got me there.
You can see the effect. Landed more shots, been a bit more effective.
This is a good round by Billy.
This round strong now. Billy not get caught with anything silly towards the...
Fighters were lethal left hand when he looks at the uppercut, and he can turn it.
The top from Canelo, almost knocking out the gum shot of Billy Joe Saunders. That round, he was busier, he upped the tempo and the work rate, and he had more success.
Looking perhaps a little bit concerned. Hey, let's bring in Roy Jones Jr. for his thoughts.
Has demanded a lot of respect with his power shots to the body. The power is getting on his arms and on his hip from those body shots.
Carl with the last round with Saunders. I thought he boxed well and took that last round.
Shot just straight right hand to the ribcage from Canelo.
Immediate effect. They build up. They eventually catch up
to the side of your ribs, and that takes energy out.
Nice double jab there from
range. That's what we want to see.
And Saunders has this lethal left in his favor.
But Billy Joe Saunders told us his biggest asset.
Definitely crafty and clever. I mean, he uses pivots, he uses angles. He's
nice look. Not only is he scoring more right now, Chris Mannix, but he's fighting with confidence.
Especially with that jab. And inside this 22-foot ring, which
I actually think BJ Saunders fights better with his hands down. Free.
Good defense there from Billy. He knew that body.
Second.
Saunders fighting it up.
Big shot. That's not going to work for him if Billy is busy.
Te estás metiendo un poquito bien.
He's landing the jab. We see the jab there. He's just flicking it out. He's not reaching in like that well. It's not bad to upset Canelo, believe it or not, but if you can get him reaching.
Look at Billy Joe Saunders. He is starting to find his... Sergio, do you feel the momentum changing, or do you think it's a one-off?
See, with such a precise puncher like Saunders.
Been 3 rounds to 2 in favor of Groove. And in my opinion, the more accurate puncher these last 2 rounds.
Carl, what's heavy body shot? You know, for me, that eye-catching shot just linked it. There's evidently a fight between the power puncher who wants to back the boxer up. Billy needs to be busy. He needs to let his hand go.
Saunders doing the job defensively.
Smart jab, just like that.
Smart jab, yeah. Don't get too confident, but so when his arms come down low a little bit, it looks dangerous. But that's when he's in his
3-4. BJ Saunders seemed extremely slim coming into this.
They're busy with a combination, cutting the ring off Canelo, but he's not under major pressure.
Landed on the chin. Saunders shook it off. Sticks his tongue out.
But that's what Canelo does to opponents. He makes explosive counter puncher. Canelo is. See Saunders stop throwing the
point of this fight. And a little bit surprising. There's the
Saunders needs to do. Catch and counter every single time. Right in the bread, but once in the inside.
It is a very competitive fight. Some thought this would be a one.
I've been able to absorb them shots. Thought they'd catch up with him. I mean,
counter off those punches, catching the hooks of the body and coming up with up.
More than any opponent I've seen since Gennady Golovkin. He's throwing combination.
Let's bring in Roy Jones Jr. again. Roy, what are you seeing from BJ Saunders?
Jab effectively. He hit Canelo with a few good body shots, which is something Canelo needs something big right here to seize this momentum back.
When you face Canelo, game plan changes almost in an instant. But Billy Joe Saunders,
because this is a southpaw Van This is the way they fight. They're polished and
much like Eric Lara did, and that right there, trading is the only thing that he could do to give. And Canelo has gotten away from that body attack. Just
Billy finding a rhythm from this.
Well, this crowd is certainly the largest crowd to ever witness a Boxy 6 in the United States. The only... Sorry, Carl, I know you fought in front of 80,000, but it was out.
Watch McKenzie with the uppercut. Can they get back to it? Close.
Round 8, Arlington, Texas. A very competitive contest, extreme, most of them missing.
And Saunders told him to inch for inch, punch for punch.
trying to figure him out. I think Billy Joe Saunders throwing punches from different angles is not returning much in coming back.
Keep in mind, any run.
If Canelo is going to rely on
your score,
finished pretty strong.
Saunders took an awkward step back, and now he's holding on.
Joe Saunders. I look at the last couple of rounds, Carl, and you see
Canelo rallying his troops here at AT&T Stadium.
The shot that are coming their way.
He's like a matador. Right now.
I don't like the body language, how he's reacting to the face.
Not sure what's happening with his eye until he gets back to his corner.
And he's quick to smother the...
Yeah, Billy Joe needs to hear this bell here, get to the corner and regroup.
Best round. If you're a Canelo Álvarez fan.
Catch him with this one.
Canelo acting like Canelo gets the knockout. King with another win in the Lone Star.
Prevented him from fighting his fight.
Well, that is guy's a real. He was having success, and for it to end like that, obviously, first important.
Winning that fight, and after one bad end,
the onslaught that was coming, the writing was on the wall.
and then we talked about the need to have a championship heart to go out on the stool.
I think that eye is more damaged. You don't quite know where you are, and to carry on and come out of your corner, and 5 days go on. But if Billy Joe could have continued, I'm sure he would have done, because he was doing
that. The momentum was shifting. 4-3. I'm with Chris. Known for Saunders, it's brilliant in the first half of the fight, but sometimes here.
Well, maybe Saunders in his corner looked over and saw that Canelo wasn't even out, but instead, Billy Joe Saunders cannot answer the bell. It is.
He did exactly what he did. He predicted the rounds, and they came to fruition. I didn't have another gear, and Canelo capitalized on that.
He just took Billy Joe's WBO super middleweight title.
People are going to say, listen, I think that fight could have gone on. Have a scratch on your cornea or feel the pain in the back of the eye. You don't know if it's a rest. Stepped it up a level in that round.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, acting on the TKO victory.
Canelo.
And now, in Guadalajara, Jalisco,
he is the winner by TKO in the towel. Nevertheless, a KO win for Canelo.
Well, like I said, you have to take into account the fact that professional.
Let's see that stinging right
Punch, almost straight away, close. Well, he'll be sitting in his corner thinking, and just telling him, listen, my eye, I can't see, believe it or not. So, I'm hoping that he's done that.
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a quitting. It was just what's wrong with his eye. The eye is very dangerous, but we saw it.
Let's hear now from the winner, Chris Mannix, with
Now, then you can hold on to. You knew coming in.
La verdad, como lo dije, no, la pelea, me doy cuenta que mis preparaciones y que sigo mejorando día a día.
And as I said beforehand, the fight was going to develop by the 7th, 8th round is good, and that I improved day by day.
No, la verdad es que los iba ganando round con round. La verdad es que, como lo dije, que esto se iba a dar.
After 6th or 7th round.
That last round, what was your reaction when Billy Joe Saunders?
De hecho, llegué a la esquina y le dije a Eddie, ya no va a salir a pelear.
I knew it. I think I broke his cheek, and I knew he wasn't going to come out. And
He's had interesting game plans coming into fights. What was?
Yo solo me preparo y tú me dices, haz esto, yo lo hago.
You know, he's the one who tells me. I just prepare, and he tells me.
The crowd, you have the best trainer, you are the best fighter.